What's going on, y'all?
What's up? What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back to another segment of the End Zone. Great to be here. Great to be here. Got the regular crew with me. We got EP in the house. We got Jamel in the house. We got Reggie in the house. Welcome, fellas, for another great session of the End Zone. We like to thank you all that are out there right now watching us live. Continue to support us. Continue to like and subscribe to our channel, and you'll get updates that we're going live like today. All right, so fellas, before we get right into our segment, we know that summer is right around the corner. I think we got about what 65 days left before the official start of summer. Anybody working out? Anybody trying to, you know, get right for the summer? Got gym plans? What you got in the tank, Jamel? What you got going on
Yeah,
this
man.
summer?
Trying to lose some pounds, man. Get this summer body ready.
You
And
got plans on going anywhere?
yeah, we're going in August for our anniversary, 26th anniversary, me and the wife.
Yeah.
We're going is it Riviera Maya? Riviera Maya, Mexico, basically. It's in
Okay.
Mexico.
Oh,
And so
okay.
Okay.
so we're going out there for like 5 days. And
Okay.
yeah, so that's the plan for the summer vacay.
Okay, cool. You probably want to get that city together before you get over there, dog. Make sure you know where you're going. You get over there and be in the wrong spot. I need you back on this show, dog. You need to make sure
The
you know where you're going. If me and the boys got to come get you, you got to
hey,
get right coordinates.
hey, no doubt,
Get me
hey,
some coordinates, dog.
I'm gonna go to that State Department website. You know what I mean? Yeah, my military background.
That's what I'm
You know
saying.
we gotta do that. What they used to call it? What they used to call it trips in the Navy.
Okay, dog.
I think it was trips. Like you gotta go do the whole security briefing and all that before you go to another country. So I'm definitely gonna look at that again.
Well, the Navy move different. You know, me and Reg in the Army, we move differently. We trying to come get you, dog. We ain't trying to hear nothing about no, I don't know. It's somewhere in Mexico, dog. We need coordinates. We shooting
Riviera
azimuths around
Maya.
here, dog. We shooting azimuths and trying to get to where you at. You know what I'm saying? So,
Appreciate,
EP, what you got
appreciate y'all
going on?
brothers.
Always. EP, what you got going on plans for this summer, man? You trying to work out and go somewhere?
Man, yeah, I do need to look shed a couple pounds, not too much, but not too much. I want to stay about 215, 210. I shed about 5 or 10 off of me. But we going to go to somewhere in Mexico here for the anniversary in July, and I wanted to take my baby somewhere too out the country too. So hopefully two. I'm trying to get two in. If not one out the country and the other somewhere, just so we can go to a little beach. So I do need to get right.
That's
Need to
good,
do-
You
man.
got
Family time
you
is
got
always important.
you got
Always
the baby
important.
passport.
Yeah, yeah, she got a passport. She been to Jamaica, man. We
Nice.
filling it up. She gonna fill it up quick. So she said
Oh,
she
nice.
Okay,
can't
she got some stamps.
she
That's
can't
what's
say
up.
she ain't never been. So
Okay,
yeah.
well, congratulations to both of y'all for the upcoming anniversaries. That's really a great thing. What about you, Reggie? What you got going on for the summer?
The summer? Yeah, I probably hit Atlanta, Florida. I ain't going to, because we're going to Jamaica at the end of this month. So,
Mm,
so
Nice.
okay, okay,
What,
okay.
what part of
Where
Jamaica?
uh, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
just
just,
going.
Have
Hey,
you
I'm
have
just
you
getting
ever
on the
been,
plane.
Reg? Have you ever been to Jamaica?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've been three, 4 times. What we going is a couple that we know they doing their 30th. Uh, they getting remarried for their 30th anniversaries. They're gonna renew their vows, and we going over there for that.
Okay, great, great. I
keep some ones
always
on you. They
Yeah.
love a tip out there. You already know.
I
They love it.
always is the name of that Duns River.
Duns River.
That waterfall. I always recommend that when we went we had a ball.
Oh, that
Um
yeah. I've been there for.
real nice. No big plans here either. I know I plan on going to Hawaii in actually May and June. And I probably will take the wife on a June trip. Our anniversary is at the end of May, coming up on 9 years. So maybe looking at doing that. A few traveling state to state here and there. Jim, just health wise, man. I think us getting older, we got to start a regiment where we working out on a routine, not just for the summer. So we working on that.
That's
But
good too.
again, fellas, great to be here. We always talking about, you know, the NFL and the NBA staying healthy and ready to play. We got to be healthy to ready to do these shows. So I need y'all game ready. I need y'all game ready for me. So we're gonna start out the show today a little bit different. We're gonna jump right into our NFL segment. And starting off our NFL segment, there's been a lot of reports, and we see it here a lot in Texas. Um, they've been talking a lot about the Chiefs wideout issuing an arrest warrant following a multi vehicle crash. Talk to me about how this affects Kansas City. You have one of your players that just won a Super Bowl, a young player. Not that that should be any excuse, but you know you have these players. Reportedly, a expensive car was rented. There was some type of high speed racing or something like that on the freeway. Calls a couple of cars to be in an accident. Some people were injured, and so now talk to me about players, young players that do things like this. How does this affect the Chiefs? How does this affect the team? Them moving forward, because there are going to be some disciplinary actions, I'm sure, taken. But how does this affect them? So I'm gonna start with you, EP. How does this affect when you have a Super Bowl player get into a situation like this?
Man, I hate to say it, Rasheed Rice, Fort Worth kid, but when there's a will, there's a way. Out there in Kansas City, we just seen they were dropping balls all year. Unfortunately, what I got to say, they're gonna find somebody else to put up in there. So hopefully he might get a couple of game suspensions. If not, hopefully he don't get completely disowned from the NFL for too many years to where he can come back, maybe even still play for the Chiefs, but which that's unlikely. But I don't feel like, not saying he's not that good of a player, but I don't feel like that's not going to affect the Chiefs too much at all.
Okay, so he could be replaced easily. He wasn't one of those players that it really matters or it's going to really hurt the offense in a big way.
They can always find somebody. They just got Marquise Brown probably for that, so. So it's not really too much going to affect anything as far
Okay.
as.
So you think they're gonna get rid of him?
No, and what I think is he's probably gonna get like a real harsh suspension. I say 5 to 9 games to where he still be able to play. So no, I don't think that was, I say, not affecting, like, to where if he still come back on his game, he could still come back and play. But like it's not
Okay.
gonna, because their
You
core
got
is Travis Kelce at the end of the day. So like you make it work from there. I've been saying they still need like a big body receiver, but like obviously they got rid of Tyreek, which was a heart and soul, and then they've
I
been
don't
working
think
with.
they didn't miss Tyreek.
And they did. I mean, they could have used them. I would say they could have used.
Have you guys seen that video of the crash? I've seen the video of the crash, man.
Is it bad?
Yeah,
It
I've
was
seen it.
bad.
It's pretty
bad.
bad. So that brings me to your thoughts, Jamil. How do you feel about players getting involved in that type of accident? That's not even an accident. That could have been prevented. So players doing things like that. What is your take on to the league? How does that affect?
It's just a bad look, man, all around. What is it? Highway 75. That's a congested highway. Why would you make the decision to show off and speed at top speed with your friend? I understand you getting these sports vehicles and to look nice and be flashy, but to make a decision to put other people in harm's way is a terrible look. And these guys know better. And so for me, it's definitely, you're gonna have to sit out some games. I want to see you show some apology, get out in the community, talk to some youth, because in this area we see all these horrific accidents like this, And so if you got a platform which he does, I need him to come out and talk about what went into his decision making and how can we improve and to help some people coming up after you to not make these same mistakes, because he knows better, and I'm pretty sure his friend knows better too. If I'm understanding, he's a football player that he didn't. Matter of fact, he got released from his scholarship at SMU. So, that's what I want to see. Not necessarily what the Chiefs are doing with him and what he's doing with the Chiefs. I want to see him do something in the community to help out the kids with this terrible decision that he made, flying at top speed on a congested highway. It's a terrible decision.
Okay, Reggie, your thoughts? I'm save mine for last.
I'm more like what Jamel said. The community, and you gotta look at how that traumatized the people that was in the accident too. So I want to know how him and the other guy gonna relate to those families that affected, because I know people right today, they don't drive because they got in a tragic accident and they don't drive anymore because of it. So, and one of the ladies was describing on there how traumatized she was in the accident. So I'm trying to figure out, is he gonna reach out to the family? I'm not talking about your lawyer reach out. I'm talking about you reach out yourself, and how you gonna say like Jamel said, how you gonna explain yourself? What went through your mind? Because in all actuality, young kids need to hear that so they won't do that same thing, or they think before they do that type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. They worried about him as an individual, but they're not worried about him for football, because accidents happen, and hey, they move on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
More tragic thing for Kansas City is they got real in it. That's a tragedy.
I say, yeah, that's
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Prayers to the family too. I didn't get to talk on what actually transpired, but yeah, prayers to the families and what's going on. Didn't nobody die, but it's still tragic along with it. So,
one thing I thought about this situation as well, in regards to Rashee Rice, it was weird to me that he chose for his lawyer representation Royce West. For those of you who don't know, Royce West is a state senator, a Democrat state senator here in Dallas. I just thought that was weird. I thought that was weird for him to get a guy that's a public figure to be your representative. Anybody see?
He owns a law firm, and it's very small because of the connections that he has in the state of Texas and the clout that he has around here. He can make things calmer.
Reggie, what you know about clout? What you know about clout, Reggie?
I know a little something. My school where I do JRTC, we do the color guard for some of Royce West. Yeah, so we've met him. You know what I'm saying?
This is the thing.
Good. That's a good Reggie. That's a good representation. Why not?
It is.
I thought it was kind of weird, but I appreciate that explanation, Reggie.
Really?
Because to me it's almost like, and I kind of, this part of it I kind of like. He accepted the responsibility. Now I just want to see what else he does with it. So,
well,
did he respect his responsibility? Because when it happened, I'm not the guy to do that, but did he accept the responsibility when it happened?
That's the thing.
That's a good point. That's a good point, because that's part of the story. Now that's part of the story. You're right.
That's where it's gonna kick. That's where it's gonna hurt him. But like, he gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. Learn from him.
This is a big thing that we overlook sometimes. We're talking about the families and the fact that they walked away from the accident. Number one, as you said earlier, Jamel, they knew better. I know that they know better than that. But the thing is, we sometimes as a society get really caught up the fact that he can get off, who he knows, the money that he has to be able to get off. But the fact is that you really committed and created a situation like Reggie said that's going to affect some people long term. So it's not just about you have enough money to pay the lawyers and get a smart lawyer and can beat this case and not affect you, that it would affect one of us that may not have that clout, as EP said. But it's just, what are we doing? What are we fresh off a Super Bowl? And I hated it back when I don't know if you guys remember when Errol Spence flipped his Ferrari. Not that long after the fight, I had went to that fight with him and Garcia, and I thought the guy was rising and just speeding, uncontrollable speeds, and hurt himself really bad. So, these guys are not really taking things a lot serious, that it can hurt other people, not just they got enough money to get out of it. And
Hey, before you go further, do you think, you guys think Henry Ruggs will be able to come back and play? He is. I feel like we're finna see Henry Ruggs again.
What, EP? There you go.
Henry Ruggs.
He's
what
done,
you think?
man.
You think he's coming back?
Y'all think Henry Ruggs can be able to play again?
I don't know. The way things go now.
Yeah, bro. He killed somebody. He ain't coming back in no NFL. That's for sure.
He going to jail.
I think
he playing.
He not already in
I
jail.
was just about to say he playing on the longest yard or something. He making.
We'll say that for another day.
Nah, ain't no saving for. We don't need to bring up Henry Ruggs no more. That dude's playing at your local rec, dog. He ain't playing at no NFL, no NFL, USL, XFL.
Red said he going to jail. He ain't even playing in the mule. He ain't even doing that. He ain't playing flag.
But that's the dark side of this accident. That it could have.
Looking at
that tape, Rashid Rice, he better have a talk with Henry, like, yo, man, you got another chance, like, bruh, like, think things right with them people that you traumatized with your decision. Get better from it. Let's help some youth with it to make some better decisions that you didn't make. Share your story, and you know what I mean. Let's move on. But yeah, that's the flip side. And yeah, Henry Ruggs, we ain't got to bring that back no more.
Okay. All right, let's move. Let's stay on. Let's stay on the Chiefs, but let's move in a different direction. This is a thing that happens all the time. We get a good situation. Everybody like to make a lot of comparisons. You got guys that only been in the league 3 or 4 years, and a lot of people want to compare them to the greatest players of all time. There's a comparison going on, a lot of questions being asked about the comparison between Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. And a lot of people, when you do that, a lot of people may not feel that Tom Brady is the GOAT. A lot of people may feel like, how do you make your comparisons? Is it by Super Bowls? Is it by appearances? Is it wins? Is it MVPs? What is your thought on the Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes comparison as far as the Patriots being compared with the Chiefs also? So I'm going to start with you, Reg, on that. What do you think is the big hype about that comparison, or is there any comparison? If it's not, that's your opinion, but what do you think about when people always try to compare them to and say Tom Brady is the GOAT, but we think Patrick Mahomes is better than him now?
It's too early right now. Let him finish what he's doing. See, I say at least 5 to 6 more years I got to see what's going on with the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. But I don't even address that. I don't even address that.
Because some people feel like you said, it's way too early.
Yeah, it's too early.
But then this is a thing, and it's gonna hand off to you, Jamel. some people look at the accomplishments that Patrick Mahomes has now, and it has taken Brady a lot longer to get where Patrick Mahomes is now. That's what makes him a little bit of a greater player. So, what are your thoughts, Jamel, on how the comparisons are even matched up? How do they come up with these comparisons? Because you hear about it in basketball all the time. So now with football, how is that with these two?
I mean, if you're looking at the first 5-6 years, Patrick Mahomes probably had the greatest 5-6 years career in the NFL, possibly. Well, let me just say at a quarterback standpoint, because there's some running backs out there that had some great seasons back in the day. First person to come to mind is Jim Brown. But sticking to these two, if you're going off impact, you got to remember now, Tom Brady was with the New England Patriots when they wasn't really a household name team.
Mm-hmm.
They went to the Super Bowl one year in '85 when they played the Bears. I'm not sure if that's their first or second time, but after that, they was dormant up until that point. So, I mean, he came there and did something similar to like Peyton Manning, where you change the landscape of that New England area being a total basketball area to now being a basketball, football, town that's revered for both sports, baseball, hockey, So if anything, football was last when it comes to that area. But then he comes along and he does what he does, and he obviously had some help. You got to give Bill credit. Their defenses were really good during those early runs, and they carried him, for probably those first two, or like the first one. But in regards to the back-to-back when they had in the early 2000s, Tom Brady was leading those teams, and so it's just his longevity of what you can't get past, and which you can't lump. You just can't have a conversation Tom Brady and then you probably bring in Patrick Mahomes. That's to me where it gets cloudy. It's like his longevity is so weighted that you got to give Mahomes some opportunity to catch up.
I think also, and this is going to hand off to UEP in a second. I think also we kind of get straight away. You made a point about the team, the type of team that Brady had compared to the type of team that Mahomes had, and they weren't really a household name. I think that first championship came in 2001, if I'm not mistaken. That the Brady era.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say I have my little cousin. I want to say big cousin, but little cousin. Shouts out to Daniel Graham, was at tight end during that era. Shout out Big Dan. We forget about that when we try to do comparisons. We always ask the question, are the athletes today better than the athletes back in the day? To be able to make those type of comparisons. Would the athletes of today be able to compete in that era from back then, to be able to say, hey, we're able to win games like this. We're able to dominate the way we do. Your thoughts, EP, on those comparisons with Mahomes and Brady?
Yeah, it's just way too early. You can't just jump from, Mahomes, which is he's great. He's been great. He's on path to be even greater. We can't just jump from him, right to Brady. I say we might could talk about Peyton Manning, be him better than being Peyton Manning, maybe him being better than Aaron Rodgers and those guys, but it's way too early for us to be talking this highly is mentioned in Brady just yet, and after Brady was able to defeat him, so Brady always gonna have that one up on him. That's
Yeah.
probably
That's a good point.
if you do.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So while we before we move on and get into this basketball, which is going to be our second part of this segment, talk to me about which NFL team is the greatest threat to ruining the Chiefs' chances at three-peating.
You heard
We just
Burrow.
Go ahead. Burrow said what?
You heard what Burrow said. Burrow think he the biggest threat. I think so. I think so too. Even me being a Lamar fan, but he's kind of saying, like, when it comes down to it, if the Cincinnati starts strong, or if they don't get to that slow start as they always do, they make noise. Like they make noise at the end of the games. And Burrow somehow knows how to play those games. I've never seen him tremble like in a like close game when it like come playoff time and that's one thing him and Mahomes they go head to head because of that reason. He don't fold. He don't fold.
So you say it'll be Burrows. You saying Cincinnati will be the threat?
Cincinnati's probably the biggest threat to them.
Biggest threat. Okay. Let's go with you, Jamel. Who's the biggest threat? Go ahead.
Nah, I mean for me, it's mainly on the NFC side. I got one shocker for y'all, but I would say Philly. Definitely the Niners. If I go on the AFC, I want to go Lamar, but I think I got a shocker for y'all. But I think I want to say Lamar, but I think their window's closed. No, I think their window's closed.
It's early.
It's not early. It's not early. Lamar Jackson has had his opportunities. Okay, he's a 2-time MVP, and he has to face this dude every time. Okay, only one that, and I don't like the moves they made is the Bills. Go ahead.
Nah, and that's the thing about how this stuff rolls, because the Ravens have Burrow's number over there Cincinnati. Kind of like they tend to get more, well, except for that year when Jamar Chase was going and Higgins was going for 300-400 yards, except for that year. But like here these past couple of years, and you said that playoff game too, so it's kind of neck and neck. But the Ravens, I have more faith in the Ravens beating the Cincinnati than Baltimore beating the Chiefs. That makes sense to you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
My thing is with the Ravens, they had everything laid out for them this year, and they couldn't get the job done again. And so I think Mahomes he's tough on them. He's going to be tough on them. And if I'm picking one dude, because you got to have a dude back there. You got to have a dude. And Lamar's a dude, but you got to have somebody that's going to put up points. And
you think Bills Gabe Davis?
I don't like I said, I don't like, you're right. I don't like what they've done this year, but I think Josh Allen is just as talented as Mahomes with that rock in his hand as far as leading a team. Because that's what you're seeing. You're seeing Mahomes lead his team to these chips. And so you're gonna have someone that leads their team to knock them off.
He had some talent. He had some talent already back there. He had some talent already there to help him do that.
Who?
So
excluding
Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs.
You talking about the Bills? Or you talking about the Chiefs?
I'm talking about the Bills.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they lost some people, but what I'm saying is Josh Allen is that. I'm saying Josh Allen is. Remember when Cam was talking about game changers? Josh Allen's a game changer. That's what he was talking about.
But playmakers,
right?
They go get somebody. Maybe
he's going to elevate. He's going to elevate the guys around him to play greater than what they usually play at, and that's
not
this year. Josh Allen. All right, we'll see.
Okay, well, I think we'll see. Let me get Reggie's thoughts before we move on. Give me your thoughts, Reg, on who can stop Kansas City, or are they gonna stop themselves?
I think Reggie's stuck.
No, he thinking.
Yeah,
he's in deep thought, because as soon as in a minute it's going.
He ain't thinking he's stuck.
Snap out. He's stuck. Okay.
Yeah, he's
all right. We'll circle back to Reg, but I will say this. I'm with Jamil. The only people stopping. Well, he was in a thought mode. It's always funny when we watching commercials and how the camera catch people doing certain things. It just caught Reggie doing the thing. But let me say this. I think the 49ers are the only team. Jamel was right about the NFC. I think the AFC right now doesn't have a chance. And Mahomes is on a domination type situation with the AFC. I think the Chargers are going to come along. I see Joe Burrows making some noise if he's healthy. He has to stay healthy. I do see the window closed for Baltimore, but I think Buffalo has an opportunity.
What do your eyes tell you?
well, let's welcome Tasha. Thank you, Tasha, for jumping in on the show and making that comment to us. You know, my eyes tell me I see uh the 49ers doing what they supposed to do. So
You know,
that's what
you
my
know,
eyes tell me.
you know my
Nobody in the
heart.
AFC. Nope, you just
You
had to
know my
mention.
heart's. You know my heart's telling me the Cowboys going to be the biggest threat.
I was waiting for you to say that earlier, but you didn't. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna mention that. But you know, out of the AFC EP, I really see Cincinnati. I like since I'm a Joe Burrow fan, and I think Cincinnati has the better chance. I don't even see the Steelers doing something with their two additions of quarterbacks. You know, sometimes I think we get caught up on the quarterback matchup opposed to the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know,
Mm-hmm.
they always say Patrick Mahomes and whoever he's getting ready to play, but it's actually the Kansas City Chiefs and that particular player. Sometimes, you know, the hype gets so caught up. Hey, who has a better team? You know, all
I,
the way
I
down.
I'll tell you this. I'll leave with this last one in regards to the Steelers, man. Um I'm a big fan of Tomlin. And if Tomlin can I think Russ is definitely an upgrade. They made the playoffs this last year. And if they can get some things going on the offensive end, they can make things a little tough as well.
Okay.
I
Division
think
just
I think
tough.
the best in division. I think they're gonna be a sleeper team, man. I'm a big fan of Tomlin, man, and how he gets that guys to play over their level. So he's one of the greats. You talk about Andy Reid. I think when you talk about Andy Reid and talk about other great coaches, you got to talk about Tomlin. And
I like oh go ahead, though. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, with him having a legit quarterback, a champion quarterback, I think it's definitely upgrade. I think they're gonna do some good things this year.
I think so too. And again, with Tomlin, I think he's a great coach. It's just so unfortunate that your coaching status is going by how many Super Bowls you've won, how many playoff appearances, and Tomlin is always right up there in talks. You know, they haven't got over the hump. Big Ben got him there a couple of times, but the thing is, they are still. I don't know if the window has closed for them as well. Like you said, some teams they're just going to have to either start with a rebuild. You know, one or two players on the addition is not going to change. Excuse me, not going to change the look. So it just depends. We're getting some great responses from the audience. So I want to take time out to thank them.
Yeah,
One of our
thank you
favorite
guys.
fans. Yeah, one
Appreciate
of our favorite fans, Tasha, is always giving some positive vibes. So we want to thank her and make sure we might need to look in production and see about getting her a gift card or something. And she's always out there supporting the end zone, doing big things for us.
Mhm.
So we definitely want to make sure we show all of you guys some appreciation, but we really do. Reggie, we're gonna move on into the NBA. I think we kind of wore down that Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. That's probably why you froze up like that, man. He probably was getting some bad juju or static on your internet. So he's like, I ain't really trying to hear that. Let's talk about, and we noticed that we moving into basketball right now. The play-in tournament is going in as we speak. But let's talk about a little bit about the Steph Curry and LeBron James, that team rivalry. Right now, you got both of those teams playing in two different play-ins, if you would. You got the Lakers playing uh, New Orleans, and you got Golden State. Who is Golden State playing?
Sacramento
Sacramento
Kings.
King.
Sacramento. Which out of both of those play-ins, who do you see coming out and moving into the seventh and eighth position?
Well, for me, I got the Lakers and the Warriors both. I did Lakers I think I got them winning tonight, and then I got the Warriors beating the Pelicans to get that A spot.
Okay. So that means the Warriors are going to beat Sacramento, and then the Warriors will have to play the loser, which you think the Lakers will go ahead and make that 7th spot, and then the Pelicans will have to play the Warriors, and the Warriors will knock them off.
Correct.
Okay. Reggie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah. But I cover, do the Lakers really want to do that later on? Do they really want to do that? They at 7 seed, you coming up against Jokic.
Denver.
Yeah. It might be an early trip home for the King.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Before I get to your segment, and we're gonna bring your segment in a little bit later. I'm gonna tell you what my eyes see right now. What I'm seeing. I'm seeing that a lot of people don't have faith in the Lakers, which I understand. I do. I see a lot of people don't have faith. They worried about what the King is gonna do, if he could do this, if he could do that. We all know about playoff uh uh LeBron. If the Warriors don't win tonight, they going home. Tasha says if the Warriors don't win, they going home.
Yeah.
And it won't even be no talk about LeBron and Steph, because Steph will be going fishing like they say on TNT. I don't even know if Steph fish or not, but he will be this year if they don't get it right. Yes, sir, Jamil.
So Lakers are up 12 right now with it was like 3 minutes in the second quarter.
Okay.
Not enough time. Give it to the fourth quarter. And where these games go.
3 minutes left.
No, so it might just giving you an update while we here on live. Lakers up 12.
Okay. I got us. I see us 12 with, it looks like about 20 seconds left in the half.
Oh, my bad.
You might be on a little delay, son. But nevertheless, I think that, again, nobody has the faith in the Lakers like I do, and this is understandable. The Lakers end up in the finals. I'm telling you right now today.
Which finals are you talking about?
The Western Conference Finals.
Other NBA finals.
I'm going to crawl into it, Reggie, and say the Western Conference Finals. I ain't going to blow us up that far. I don't want you dropping
about the NBA tournament.
Hey, I don't want Reggie dropping ink pens on me yet, so I'm going to just take my chance on the Western Conference Finals before I say we going all the way with it, But I think really anything could happen. Unfortunately, we heard today that Giannis was injured or has been injured and will sit out some games. We saw that Embiid has come back. We talked about the importance of staying healthy throughout the season and people resting up for the playoffs, but you never know what may happen. You never know if someone gets hurt during the playoffs, go in healthy, but actually have an unfortunate incident. That goes back to my segment on the team. And we're looking at teams that can really are built for the playoffs. I think Denver is. We were talking about the Clippers a lot. And that's a matchup that I'm going to talk about in a minute with them in Dallas. Talk to me, EP, about your thoughts on this play-in.
The Lakers do not want to see the Nuggets. They might as well tank. Is it tonight? So tonight
they playing right now.
I say if they already playing tonight, they should. They should.
Go James ain't built that way, man.
He should have sat down. He do not want to see them Nuggets, man.
We can see anybody. EP. We didn't come into the league talking about who we don't want to see, man. Do y'all remember the segment? Do y'all remember the segment?
Y'all ain't trying to go too far in the playoffs.
Do y'all remember the segment when Reggie said, "I don't care if it's my mom's in there. I'm taking her to the paint." The Lakers is the same way. We don't care who coming to the arena, baby. It ain't like we rather see this team and that team. We don't care. We ain't scared of anybody, man. Bring it.
They might make it look good, and they might just start bricking everything in the fourth quarter.
You know what I'm saying? We got somebody for Joker, and that brings, as you said, tanking. That brings me to this, and Jamil, I want your expert opinion on this. Teams that do you feel that teams do that? Do you think that teams kind of don't play hard, so that they could play a better team as a matchup, or do you think that it's just that's the way the coin goes?
No, I think some teams definitely do it. When I say some team, I'm talking about your veteran teams. I'm talking about your Lakers. I'm talking about your Warriors, Clippers, guys that have and guys in organizations that have been to the mountaintop, have been through tough playoff matchups for several years. These type of teams, they understand what it takes to get to that mountaintop. And so I'm interested to hear Reggie's take later on, because I think with these veteran teams, they're not really playing for the regular season. They're playing for right now. And so this is when the basketball gets really good. This is when you really know who's a baller, who can really hoop, who can really know the game of basketball as far as IQ wise, who really gets along. You gonna really, this is where you find this. The playoff basketball is where you find it out, because the team that you're playing, they ain't going nowhere for 2 weeks. So this is where you really find out. And so yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what Braun got, because I think Braun understand I ain't got many of these left. So well, I want to hear your take, Reg. I'm looking forward to it.
I got Reg got something for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. So just stand by, Reggie. We're gonna introduce his segment, a really really great segment. Tell me what your eyes see. But and I go back to this, Jamel. You know, the thing is this: we miss players like Jordan, Kobe, because I couldn't see either one of those players telling you we gonna tank a team, we gonna tank a game so we could play this team. That's the difference in the league now. And I know if I was playing, I don't care who we play. We win in that game. If we talking about the playoffs, it shouldn't matter. I'd rather see this team over Denver. Who is Denver? Who is Denver? They just another team. They 5 men showing up on the court. They got Joker. So what? So what? Let's match up. That's what it is. That's ballers do that. Hey, we showing up to the gym. We gonna give it to him for 7 games if it go that. But I'm telling y'all right now, if Lakers start winning, I'm talking smack every game, man, about what happened to the Joker, especially. So before I move to this next question, this is a bonus question on this. And EP, I'm gonna ask you this. Let's say the Lakers play Denver in the first round, that first round game, and the Lakers beat Denver in that series. Do the Lakers win it all? Do the Lakers come out of the West? Let's say that.
No, that'll be an easier road for everybody else. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's wide open. I ain't gonna lie. Mavs beat the Clippers. Clippers beat the Mavs. It's wide open. The Suns got a chance. Like that's the only people that are in the way. Nobody's scared of OKC. Nobody's scared of the Timberwolves.
Ain't nobody scared of Denver either, man. Y'all putting fear in everybody.
Don't be Joker. You try to convince yourself. LeBron is 40. LeBron is 40. This is the thing. He can need to conserve himself to the point. Maybe you could beat him maybe in the finals or the second, the third round. But it's not gonna happen in the first round. I gotta be honest. No.
But see, to my point, what I was making. I think the Lakers have been playing up to the playoffs. They're not worrying about the regular season. Them in the Warriors, they're not worrying about the regular season.
No.
This is where it's going to get tough, and this is where LeBron's experience is going to take over. And so this is the time. LeBron understands he ain't got many of these left, and so I don't know if they get past if they, and I want them to meet with Denver, because it's. Now I got to see you twice, back-to-back playoffs. It's tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for Denver to beat them boys twice. It's gonna be tough.
Give it to me, Reggie. Reggie, what do you see? That same question. What do you see about the Lakers' chances? You know, everybody talking about this well, Denver, everybody's scared. Do you see if the Lakers was to beat Denver in that first series, the Lakers coming out of the West? Or is it open like EP said? I felt that was so disrespectful, but I'm gonna let EP ride on that. That's my boy. But that's like saying the Lakers just is, well, it is what it is. We beat the top.
Man,
I think it will. The Lakers will have a good chance, but that's a lot of tread on LeBron, and the key factor is AD.
Yes.
LeBron, I'm not worried
Yes.
about. I'm not worried about LeBron. I'm worried about AD.
Yeah.
Can AD sustain all those series as being the guy carrying LA on the back? That's the key.
Hmm.
That's the key.
As always,
You
a very, very crucial point.
you think AD got something to prove if he meets Jokic?
Yes.
He should. His mind should tell him that, but is AD gonna do that?
AD shows up. Now, first of all, let's give him his credit. When he plays, he plays. When he's in the game, he plays. There's no slack on him. And I think we worry about, can AD match up against Jokic, but can Jokic defend AD like that? AD is just not no slack player. You know, he
So
can shoot. He can shoot also. He can rebound and defend. So that's a good matchup.
one point I want to make about AD, he did play over 70 games this year. That
like
that's
76, I
going
think.
that's going to factor into the playoffs, not in a negative way. We saw last year he was up and down in playoff games, and I would think that was due to his lack of playing. Now that he played over 70 games, we're going to see some positive games from AD, and and Jokic is going to have a handful with him as long as they clear out that lane for AD. AD's gonna put on a show this playoff series. I'm telling y'all. I got good feelings about the Lakers, man.
I
No
do
matter
too.
no matter who they match up with. All right, bro. I see you, bro.
I do too. I do too. And we're gonna talk about this. Let's get to one more.
We got a question. Well, we got a Tasha put a comment in there.
Tasha says AD can't stay healthy. That's street clothes, AD.
But you can't say that about him this year. He's played over 70 games, and so I think he's been showing that he can count on him for the playoffs. Now
I'll give him that too, but they're gonna have to give more offense than Denver give offense, because it's gonna be more than him guarding Jokic. Jokic is gonna be dishing the ball off to everybody else, setting up the offense, and then he gonna give it to you when it's needed. So
yeah, I get it.
So like
Lakers play pretty good defense though. They play pretty good defense.
And then you got to look at also, we got players that are stepping up a little bit. D'Angelo Russell is playing really well right now. You got some role players that are stepping up. How they match up against some of Denver's players, yet to be seen. But I want to go into another matchup. Let's talk about that Dallas Los Angeles Clippers matchup. Talk to me, Jamel, your thoughts on how that matchup looks. They talking about Luka and the MVP talks. I mean,
this is the series.
I even heard that, and this was quote coming from Paul Pierce, that Luka and Kyrie are one of the most dominant scoring tandems right now in the league. So how are you that Reg that came from who did I just say that came? Paul Pierce. So, everybody has their opinion, right? But talk to me, Jamel, about that matchup. That's a good, interesting matchup. Is that what, 4-5?
Yeah, I think this may be the, probably excluding if we get the Lakers, Denver. Actually, no, I would put the Mavs and Clippers as the best first round matchup. A 4-5 that more likely is going to go 7. But I think I have Mavs in 6. A lot of star power in this series. I believe Luka is the difference maker, and he's going to be the difference in this series. And then the defense that the Mavs play. Now, as long as Jason Kidd has figured out his rotations that he was kind of struggling with during the regular season, I think they kind of figured everything out after that trade deadline deal that they made for those two players. Talking about PJ and the center from the Washington Wizards. Now that they got those two figured out, I think the Mavs got their defense figured out. They're going to be a formidable team against the Clippers. And again, I like the Mavs.
Okay. Talk to me, EP, on what you think is the series looking like between the Clippers and the Mavs.
Well, as Jamel said there, I think this will go like it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go 7 as well. But I'm
he said it was going 6.
Oh, he definitely.
Yeah.
He did say
I said
6, 4-2.
I said Mavs and 6. Yeah. It
Well,
may
I'm
go
going-
7, but I got Mavs 6.
I'm going 7. I'm going 7 in Clippers. I'll tell you why. It's just too much. So it's just slightly. And people talking about Mavs got Clippers number. In what world? Because they ain't won no playoff series against the Clippers. And I can understand Kyrie is a difference here. But in my world, I think double Kyrie, not double Kyrie, double Luka. Don't let Luka get as much and frustrate him a little bit. I'd rather put the ball in Kyrie's hands. Kyrie score. But I don't think Kyrie's gonna be able to dish the ball off like Luka can. He draws so much attention. Stop Luka and go from there. And like I said, as I said on last show, the Clippers got Kawhi and Paul George to the point where they can have at it. Let's see Luka. Let's see Kawhi stop Luka, and let's see Paul try to stop Kawhi.
Is everybody on the Clippers healthy right now?
As of right
now,
now,
everybody.
Yeah.
Who's not?
Yeah.
Who's not healthy?
Who's not healthy?
Kawhi's not healthy.
Kawhi is healthy. He's just doing Kawhi stuff right now. He's coming back during the playoffs. he just announced
Kawhi stuff.
Kawhi just announced that he's going to be playing on the USA team. He's going to play on the USA team. So
that's going to be another. That's going to be another segment. That's going to be another segment. Yeah, I saw
Kawhi's
that.
never healthy.
I saw the segment on First Take about they talking about players, and I mentioned this in the segment about players who don't play regular season, but when the All-Star game come up, they get healthy and they want to play in the All-Star game and they come back. That was one of my very first segments, matter of fact. And so
I think Kawhi got a real issue. I think
we got a lot of players that did that. I was on
Harden.
Melo. I was on Melo for a minute. Melo had done that when he was playing. All of a sudden, the couple of weeks leading into All-Star, you need to rest up. You a little sore, whatever, and then you playing in the All-Star game, and then next thing you know, the second part of the season, we're not getting the same production.
Let me ask EP a question, man. What you see playoff P doing this series against the Mavs?
Taking a backseat to Kawhi, because here lately we haven't seen Kawhi like we've seen playoff. Unfortunately, like I'm not big on this playoff P thing, but he did take them to the Western Conference Finals. Here, like what was this 2 years ago?
What?
Yeah, the Clippers.
Yeah.
Paul George. What you mean win, Reggie?
I ain't said nothing.
I said win. I said win.
He asked Reggie for the backup. He said he want Reggie to back him up.
That year when they played, I want to say the Suns, the Suns and the Clippers.
Yeah, he took him. He took
him to 7 at that. I mean, I want to say 6 or 7. So like that alone, like with no Kawhi. You don't remember this? It might have been even 3 years ago.
Yeah, that beat the Suns beat them.
Yeah. So like,
let me check it. I'm gonna check that out.
It's feasible. It had basically the same team, Terrence Mann, but like with these extra players, like with really the X factor being Russell Westbrook coming off this bench and leading the bench, him being healthy. As you notice, when they went on their little streak of not winning, Russell was out. I feel like that's gonna be feasible. The Mavs don't have a bench like the Clippers do, And like I said, they got two players that will play the front court on defense to where they can limit that a little bit to the very least. And I like I said, at least stop Luka and go from there.
You're not stopping Luka, my man. Ain't no okay. You're not stopping Luka. Stop with the stopping Luka. You're not stopping him. He's averaging 30. You're not stopping him.
Oh yeah, Power. Luka for MVP, by the way. But I'm saying Luka for the MVP. But I'm saying I'm not saying, man, you're gonna have to. What you say? What's up?
Come on, Reg. Talk to me about this matchup.
He went from the Clippers go beat him to Luka MVP.
I said, yeah, the Clippers definitely gonna beat
the MVP. He can carry them on their back.
Me seeing MVP don't mean they finna win this.
So he can't carry
the MVP gotta have him winning it. The MVP gotta have him winning it.
Nah, I'm just saying MVP. He say nothing about this series.
Okay, what you say, Reggie, about this series, man? What you say about the Clippers and the Mavs?
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna go 7, and these are the key things to me that I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching the others from Dallas, other than Kyrie and Luka. The others, are the others gonna be able to come out with those bright lights on and perform? Are they gonna be able to shine when it's time to shine? And me watching Ty Lue over the years that he coaches, he always tries to make the others beat you. And that's the key. Now, for as the Clippers thing, the key is if they just play to their health and their health is all right, they'll be all right. Because the one thing EP saying, they are deep. They are deep. Their bench is deeper than Dallas. But if Dallas others play, Dallas will win the series. I'm not gonna pick the series because I think it could flip flop. Like Jamel said, if Kawhi is hurt, they're not gonna win this series. I don't care what Paul George does. They need Kawhi to be successful in the playoffs this year. They need it. They need him because what the Clippers do now, they go more small ball than now this year. So that small ball game is their game now, and and Kawhi is incorporated in that.
Absolutely. Well, there's been a lot going on in the NBA right now. A lot of things, a lot of ups and downs, like Reggie just said. That brings us to this. We've come up with a great new segment here in the end zone, which leads us to Reggie. Tell me what your eyes see in our NBA right now. What's going on? Your thoughts just overall, how things are going. And I'd like to introduce this new segment of our show, sponsored by Reggie. Tell me what your eyes see. So go ahead, take over, Reggie, and talk to the fans. Tell us what your eyes see.
Okay, let's start off with the Eastern Conference play-in game. Let's go with Atlanta Hawks versus the Bulls.
Oh,
nobody eyes wants to see that. Nobody. Everybody's tired of Atlanta. DeMar and Rosen for the Bulls. Hey, both of you go home.
I wasn't ready for that. Okay.
Now, let's talk about the other series. The Heat versus the 76ers. Everybody's saying, well, Embiid, he looks good. The eyes look good. But everybody in the back of their mind saying that damn Jimmy Butler might pull that rabbit out that damn hat. So you know what? If Embiid is not healthy, Jimmy Butler's going to send him home like he's done before. Now, let's move to the West. The West. Right now, you have the Lakers playing the Pelicans. Now, all these diehard Laker fans, I know it. Yeah, let's beat the Pelicans. Let's beat them. But in your mind, you do not want to go to Denver and see Jokic. I don't care if Anthony Davis is 40, LeBron. Y'all, hey, you'd rather see OKC. But the king that he is, the king pride is not going to let him lose. So you know what? It's going to be a LA Denver series. I'll get back to that in a few minutes. Now let's talk about Golden State and the Kings.
Whoo!
Well, we had a debate about Draymond Green impact. I think Warriors will win, and I think the Warriors will end up beating the Pelicans. But on the first round, I really think it's the old cats versus the young cats. OKC versus the Warriors. The young cats gonna send the old cats home this year. And hey, they're gonna have to make a decision in the Bay. Are we gonna disband or are we gonna stand together? Now, let me get back to the Lakers. The NBA, Steph is gonna be going home. You got the King. You got AD. The NBA now is in that point. Who is gonna carry the NBA? Because if LeBron doesn't beat Denver, that's going to be a big distraction saying the King time is limited. If the King wins, everything's going to be great. But if the King loses, the NBA is going to say, who is that new next star? And once you figure it out, if Steph is gone, LeBron is gone, who's going to carry the NBA during the playoffs? So all we can say, guys, is your eyes should be looking to see who's the next guy that's going to carry the NBA.
Red, you on point. Red, you on point.
On point. And you know, I think even us on the panel look forward to Reggie's segment. Tell me what your eyes can see. I was making notes as we were going, and it looks like Reggie got OKC over Golden State. Is that what I heard, Reggie? If
the young guns. The young guns.
That is interesting.
I don't think Warriors done yet, man. Hey, I would love to hear what the viewers think about Reggie's take, man. Y'all put your comments in the comments.
Absolutely.
I saw. If you disagree with anything Reggie was saying, put that in there. If you agree, let us know how you feeling about Reggie's take. We'd love to hear y'all feedback.
Love to, and I saw in there Tasha put Luka. I think she's a Dallas fan.
Oh, she put Luka.
Not totally sure yet, but she has she has cheers for Dallas. Very interesting though. Love
it, Reggie.
Love the segment. Some really great points, and I think when we have this, when we come back next week, I think it's going to give us a different view. By then, the play-in should be over with, right?
Yes, it will.
Show again
Playoff starts, sir.
We're gonna be talking a little bit different. Sir. Some people gonna have some tissue, and some people gonna have a Coke and a smile. You know, I don't really know. Something that we don't talk about, and I'm gonna give you one bonus question before we wrap it up. Hey guys, who do you have as your rookie of the year?
Somebody should let Reggie cook.
Yeah, Reggie, you hold that. Yeah, you hold that, Reggie. Let's start with you, Jay. Who you got as your rookie of the year right now?
Rookie of the year, I think it's a no-brainer, man. I think it's the alien out of San Antonio, Wemby.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay. What you see, EP?
For sure, Wemby. Yeah. So it's out the water.
Okay. And Reggie, what your eyes telling you?
Hey, San Antonio. That's what my eyes showed me.
I think it's
not even close.
Yeah. Not even close.
Yeah. I think we all on the same page. I think I saw some reports that Wemby had more blocks than Rudy Gobert had in 2 years. He has more blocks this year in a single season than Gobert had in 2 years. Not to make any comparisons. I don't want to start that. But I think Wemby also, hands down. Hands down.
Yeah.
So, fellas, that brings us to the conclusion of another great show. Again, we like to thank all the fans that tuned in today for our live
Yeah.
show.
Thank you
Just
guys.
keep watching, keep watching. We have more and great things coming to you.
Yes.
Reggie's show is always a must see. Tell me what your eyes see is going to be always highlighted here on the end zone. It's going to get better and better. But I'd like to thank my panel here. I'd like to thank Jamel. I'd like to thank
Yeah.
Reggie, and I'd like to thank EP for always bringing it, standing tall on business when we talk about sports. So thank you guys. Again, I can't thank the fans enough for supporting us the way you do. Keep
Mhm.
subscribing, keep liking.
Keep sharing.
Again,
Keep sharing the channel as well.
Subscribe.
Yes,
can't say it
sir.
enough. Can't say it enough. We'll be back next week. So until then, stay tuned. You guys have a good rest of your week. Watch these play-ins, and we'll get back at you soon. Everybody take care.
Peace.
Till the next time. Peace.